like I always
You
am.
got your mics on?
Yes.
All right, let me take off.
Up. Did I jump the gun?
Up.
Wilmington.
There you go. All right. Guys are starting to get pretty good at that. I just looked at the weather. It looks like sunshine and daisies for the next 4 days.
You just improve your singing.
All the way up till Monday. Hey, that was pretty good. You guys
Please, Mother Nature, no more rain for a while.
Yeah,
Sunshine,
not till
sunshine.
Monday. And Monday looked like maybe thunderstorms. Our highs in the 80s, lows in the 60s at night. It's going to be fairly comfortable. So we got a big day planned. We got Bill here for the first hour. We got Becca Bennett and JJ, who knows, maybe even Sean. And they're bringing in a separate lady named Brittany. Brittany might be her daughter. I think Brittany might be Becca's daughter.
Any food today, Charlie?
I don't think so. But you never know. You know, with JJ coming in.
Send out a shout out. Shout out. Food.
Yesterday we were supposed to have Robo Pizza and they ghosted us.
What?
So, but I never did get any response back. No. All right, I'll see him Friday night though.
That'd be kind of neat. You could designate them as the official pizza of Wake Up Wilmington, right?
Yeah, especially if they
Calling
show
out,
up.
calling out.
All right. The Senate passed a great big beautiful bill, which is not named that anymore. 51 to 50. J.D. Vance did have to come in and
Break the tie.
And I guess Schumer had the title of it removed. So whatever, Chucky Poo. Okay. Here's some of the things that are in it. Removes taxes on tips. Phases out the electrical vehicle incentives. Adds more detention centers and border walls. Cuts $1 trillion of Medicaid over the next decade. Which a lot of them are saying that's waste, fraud, and abuse, but $1 trillion, that's a lot. So I don't know who to believe there. It says 12 million people may lose health care coverage. Adds 3.3 trillion to the national debt. SNAP, food stamps, cut 20%. All right, let's play a little high-low here. How many millions of Americans are on SNAP? Take a guess.
How do they figure that? They figure the individual that actually is the applicant, or do they figure the individual that is the applicant and their children?
I think this is applicant and children.
40%?
No, we're not percentage. We're how many people?
20 million.
Good move.
20 million, higher.
Oh my goodness.
100 million.
No, not 100 million.
That's a third of the population.
50 million is the closest so far. Anybody else want to guess?
Well, you got to say higher or low, Charlie.
50, it's between 20 and 50.
42.
40 million.
40 million.
40 million Americans are on SNAP benefits.
How many are truly eligible? Not entitled, eligible.
And supposedly a majority of Americans oppose the bill. Alligator Alcatraz is set to open today. They're going to have
They're going to build more.
They're going to have their own
But I
judges
think
there.
they're taking. I think they're taking applications from alligators to
Yeah.
guard the place.
And the first flight out might be today even.
But aren't they in the local? I heard something about the local health department or something is not going to allow it to open. They're going to shut it
It's
down.
already open.
Well, but I mean,
opens today.
they're going to. They were trying to shut it down already.
It's not going to happen.
Nah, that's not going to happen.
It's called supremacy law.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're trying real hard to.
Yeah, well.
Well, because there's some libtards down there. Manufacturing, let's see, in U.S. ranked 4th straight month. The Trump versus Musk war is still going on. Trump says, well, if Doge wants to invest somebody, maybe they need to investigate Musk next. And maybe we need to just move Elon out of the country.
Didn't he actually say that he was looking at the possibility of expelling him from the country.
Yeah, that's what I just said, yeah. Looking at his citizenship.
They're even thinking about that with that supposedly mayor.
Mayor.
Because they said there's no question that he had to have lied on his applications to become a citizen. The way he sort of became the evil communist.
There's your true evil emperor right there. Movie start times, this is just a little off the beaten path, but movie start times, they say, are going to be moved back to approximately 25 minutes after the movie says it starts because of all the stuff they played before. All the commercials, all the ads, all the previews and everything.
I haven't been to the movies for 15 years.
Out here, it's probably, what, 5-10 minutes? Probably 10 minutes maybe.
Well, I think part of it.
That's not
probably-
bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
25, they're saying though.
how much is a ticket?
$6. Ain't bad. How interest rates would have been cut if we didn't start the tariffs, according to Jerome Powell.
Boy, that's the tug of war between him and Trump right there. Yep.
Or we'd already had interest rate cuts if it wasn't for the tariffs. NASA is to start streaming on Netflix.
Streaming what?
Their launches, their anything they do, yeah, anything they do. NASA will start. They'll have their own little spot on Netflix. Columbia, not only the gem of the ocean, but is in jeopardy of losing accreditation because of their treatment of. I think.
Anti-Semitism and all the stuff.
Well, I think theirs is also the women, the men dressing as women and playing sports too is a big thing there. Jurassic World Rebirth opens today. Yeah,
What is that, a movie of the placenta?
yeah. I guess I think these are supposed to be the meanest dinosaurs around, the way I understand it.
The meanest?
That's the way I understand it.
Isn't that where they're shipping illegal aliens now? Jurassic World?
That would be a great place to ship them. Now I've got one little thing here. I'm going to read you guys a list of ingredients, and you need to tell me what it is.
Are you sure you want to do this, Charlie?
Yeah,
You're positive?
sure.
A list of
All
ingredients.
right.
This sounds
Now,
like a rabbit hole.
One little fact here, people may or may not know. Whenever you read the list of ingredients on something, the ones they start with is the more of it.
The biggest
yeah, the
part
biggest,
of the ingredients has to come first.
yeah. So, all
So
right.
it says sugar, there's more sugar than anything.
So here we go. Beef water contains 2% or less of salt, sorbitol, sodium lactate, natural flavorings, sodium phosphate, hydrolyzed corn, protein, paprika, sodium, diacetate, sodium erythrobate, and sodium nitrite.
And so we're supposed to guess what this is?
Is this a drink? Is it a
No,
drink?
it starts with beef.
Beef jerky.
It's not beef jerky.
It's a White Castle burger.
No, not a White Castle burger.
Oh boy.
Now, I'll give you a little hint. This will give it away. 4th of July.
Hot dogs?
Hot dog.
Specific, please. Specifics.
Gotta be Nathan's.
Nathan's hot dogs.
Nathan's hot dog.
So you want to hear
Whoa.
this one
They're
more
a
time?
beef hot dog.
You know, the Columbus pickleball team is sponsored by White Castle,
Oh,
and they're
jeez.
called the Sliders.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
But not chicken rings.
I like the chicken rings better.
I don't like chicken wings. Not a White Castle.
I'm not sure what part of the chicken that comes from, but yeah.
Well, it's round, Charlie.
At least it's not the same place the monkey coffee comes from. Rita Wolf's watching. How you doing, Rita Wolf? Michelle Tebow.
Michelle guessed beef jerky as well.
Too many. I missed the whole Musk versus Trump thing. What started all this? Because Elon come out and said this big, beautiful bill sucks eggs.
Well, I mean, he is right in as much
Oh,
as it adds.
yeah,
See,
that's possibly 3.3 trillion to the
When they
debt.
first came out with this, they were saying like 2.5, trillion, and I'm thinking, now it's 3.3 trillion.
It was 2.2, now it's 3.3 trillion. And
That's a lot of trillions.
Musk just cut all that stuff. But here's the thing,
Well, he cut the waste, fraud, and abuse,
right?
so they can
Now spend more
money
crap.
on the good stuff, they're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. Now that Trump and him's on a little feud. Trump's actually threatened to kick him out of the country. Trump's threatened to Tough Doge take a look at Tesla. Well, that's another reason that he's mad, because the electric
Yeah, he's
cars
phasing
are phasing that out.
credits.
So he's phasing out a lot of stuff that helps out Musk with the electric cars.
Oh
So
my.
there you
I
go.
don't think you should have to incentivize people trying to protect the environment.
But I don't think also if you have an electric car, you should have to pay $200 extra a year. It's
Well,
$500
they do that because they're not
extra.
getting the gas tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
It's to compensate for the gas tax laws.
I took a picture of that about a week ago, about all the how much they charge. It's actually been a couple weeks ago. I'll have to pull that up, because I don't know if you ever noticed, but you ever notice when you go to the gas pump, not all of them, but some of them have that little sticker on there
How
that
much?
says how much you pay per gallon, per gallon in taxes.
Well, why don't you pull up the sticker on the pumps in California now?
Whoa, yeah.
It's going to be like $10 a gallon there. They're adding 69 cents, I think, this month.
That's dumb.
69 cents in additional state tax.
You're a smoker, aren't you, Bill?
I do. Yeah, I do.
And
You
know,
don't
it was
wanna buy
interesting
cigarettes in
because,
Indiana.
that,
You heard
high
jacked
speed
them way up.
that
They're-
they've
yeah,
been
$2
putting
a
on
pack.
For the last decade,
They raised
had a
the tax.
massive
Good reason to quit.
rail route, and they had different colors, and they said the green color was what was complete and working. There was no green on the map.
Oh, jeez. All right, here we go. For each gallon of gasoline and federal tax, you pay 18.4 cents. State tax, 38.5 cents. So each gallon, now guys, that's each gallon. You get 10 gallons, you charge us by 10. 56.9 cents a gallon. So you get 10 gallons.
And what does a major oil company make in profit off of
Right.
each gallon? 10 cents.
But no, wait a minute, it gets worse. It gets worse. Diesel fuel for federal tax, 24.4 cents a gallon. State tax,
Ooh.
47 cents a gallon. And it's 71.4 cents a gallon each gallon. So yeah, those big
Whoa.
diesel trucks put in 100 gallons of gas.
And that goes into the cost of delivering your products and services.
$71.40.
Yeah.
I think they could have been men about it and talked out their differences. Yes, Michelle T.
But,
will.
Michelle, we don't know how much of this is theater. It could be theater.
That's true.
Theatrics. Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
know if Trump and Musk are playing people.
Which could be.
Yeah.
Which could be. I'm not doubting that a bit. Jerry Kiplinger's watching. So, yeah.
I was just telling Bill, Indiana raised their cigarette tax $2 a pack.
How much?
$2.
$2 a pack?
That's what it said.
Whoa.
I heard on the news last
Well,
night.
no offense, but if you're going to
A
try,
carton would be an extra $20.
yeah, if you're going to, well, is there 10 in a carton or 12? I don't know.
20.
20.
No,
in a
no, wait a
carton.
minute. You said carton. I only buy them by the
I
pack.
think it's 10.
If people want to kill themselves, might as well help them do it quicker, and give them,
I hear that all the time.
You
Yeah, I
know,
know.
yeah,
I need to switch to a pipe. That's what I need to do. I did that for a while. Oh. That's not even been any better, is it? Captain Black.
you know how much I've smoked? My wife?
Probably none.
Never. My parents did it, and I hated that smell so bad. I only might get in a car with somebody else that smells.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I agree.
It's gross. And yeah, if you want to go kill yourself, go kill yourself. That's fine. And pay as much as you can to help everybody else. That's the way I mean, I'm not against people doing it. Just don't do it around me and blow smoke in my face.
Right, right. I agree. The thing that always gets me though about they say the sin tax. Okay, it is a legal product. You call it a sin tax? Okay,
Yeah, because you're
whatever.
trying to kill yourself.
Okay.
All right, Rick, are you ready to take a break?
Yeah, I'll take a break.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back. And Bill was here till 9, and he's probably got enough to last 5 minutes there on his list. So we'll get him smoking through that.
Oh, you're so funny.
All right. Thank you,
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization event or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Forget the clown princes of basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters. There's a new all-star, family-friendly comedy polo team taking the sporting entertainment world by storm. The Equine Trots.
Bringing their highfalutin, high-kicking, mallet-swinging, horsey hijinks to an equestrian center near you.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. Made up stories just like these.
As well as real news about what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
On the Murphy Report. News the way it's meant to be delivered.
In less than 30 minutes, or it's free.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
Amanda, my buddy Sam was recently tossed from his own horsey all the way across the arena, landed in a soft bale of hay right next to another horse that was already asleep.
Oh my, that sounds dangerous. What's his condition?
Stable.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. City Council surprisingly votes 4-3, banning citizens from dressing up their puppies.
mere days before the local kennel club's National Puppy Jamboree.
It's a canine conundrum.
And City Hall has blood on its paws.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Feel-good stories we make up just for you every Monday morning, plus the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater in Wilmington, Ohio on The Murphy Report.
Your mistrusted name in made-up news.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Amanda, but I dress up both of my dogs, Claire and Wally.
Let me guess. Bonnie and Clyde.
Nope.
Abbott and Costello.
Nope.
Mickey and Minnie.
Close. William Gibbs McAdoo and the first of his 3 wives, Sarah Hazelhurst Fleming.
Of course, the Treasury Secretary under Woodrow Wilson.
And his wife. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Let's get personal, personal. Let's get personal, personal. Sundays, 5 to 8 with Sarah. Play me like a sousaphone fife. There we go. And Jeffrey, this is his favorite part of the time of the year, because it's hot dog time. And the foot-long man is ready to go.
Does he sell Nathan's?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So he sells all that stuff. Please put plus the semis get charged highway use tax. That's true.
Yeah, on top of everything else.
That
He
is
sells
true.
hot dogs when it's not raining.
Agree with Charlie. Always agree with Charlie. Good way to put that. I don't know what he's agreeing with me on, but yes. Good morning, Vicki Kendall. All right, Bill. Jackson Daniel says good morning here, too.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, baseball, the Reds game versus Boston Red Sox. Last night's game got suspended after 3 innings due to rain at Fenway. It is going to be resumed at 2:30 today. The regular game will follow. The Reds are trailing 2-1 in the 3rd inning. The Red Sox have been looking at this one, no doubt, because they want to get revenge for what happened 50 years ago. They still can't get over the fact that the Reds came back and beat the Boston Red Sox. They're at their home park, Fenway Park. Last out, Will McEnany was pitching. It's a high fly ball to center field. Geronimo has it. and the Reds are the world champs. That was the phrase from Kurt Gowdy. Of course, you got to remember Kurt was the longtime voice of the Boston Red Sox prior to becoming the NBC announcer.
Dean Thompson's telling you hi.
Hello. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Dean.
And Matt Beamer said he agreed with me on all the smoking.
I'll quit one of these days. I know.
Yeah, but it'll be
Deanna
too
said,
late
"Why'd you
then."
ever
Yeah, you
resume?"
quit one of these days.
Stress relief.
As they lower you gently into the ground.
One of these days, you'll see me coming in like Sparky with the pipe. That'll be the thing. I'll be switching to a pipe. Well, Wilmington College Sunday was a melancholy day, I guess you would call it, for lack of a better term. Tribute to Jerry Sheevy. It was well organized. It was really great. The thing that I will take from it is the fact that so many of the players showed up, assistant coaches, people with ties to Jerry from the college, and I'll kind of walk you through some of the people who spoke and everything. But it was so neat. Many came from other states. Clinton County native, of course, we think a lot of her. Megan Woodruff, she came from Montana. She said she wouldn't have missed it for the world. And, one of the things that Jerry always talked about was his three things. Number one, win the rebounding battle. Number two, did we have less turnovers because you control possessions? And did we make our free throws? And I think that was one of the big things about Megan Woodruff that stood out. We all know the history of how the Woodruffs shoot a lot of free throws and make them. Her freshman year, 84%, 89 out of 106. And her and Mark, they were the standard bearers on how to shoot free throws, no doubt. But it was just good to see many of those players. The first young lady I saw, Jenny Egan, she came running up to me. She says, "Bill, do you remember me?" I says, "Oh my God, yes, it's Jenny Egan." She was one of the point guards. And that was always a big thing with Jerry. He wanted to have a really, really good point guard. And Jenny was one of those. Megan followed. And it's just a shame for Megan from the standpoint, when they made the pinnacle moment and got to the Final Four, it was the year after Megan had graduated, 03, 04. But Sam Hood, young lady from Taze Valley, stepped in, and she talked about how her and Megan developed such a great relationship, and Sam stepped in and did a tremendous job. And little known fact that people may not remember, in that game against Bowdoin undefeated, of course, going into the championship game, many people didn't even give Wilmington a chance. Sam Hood played a great ball game, and she held her opponent to, I think, 2 shots in the final 3 minutes. So it was point guard versus point guard on defense. That young lady not only was good at playing offense and running the point, but also on defense, and she drained a big three-pointer that basically nailed it for him. And I can still remember the people chanting in the stands, "Down goes Bowdoin, down goes Bowdoin," and they won 58-51 in the championship game. Give a little shout out to Roy Hatfield. Kind of a up and down thing for me because, all those years I got to follow the Quakers. Then the radio station sold at the end of 03, and they brought in a new ownership group and so forth. And obviously Roger, the quote-unquote voice of the Quakers, I'd never take that title away from him. They wanted to go a different direction, and I understood that. That's fine. Roy came in and did the play-by-play, and Roy was very good. Don't get me wrong. And I thought it was kind of neat. On the championship game, he says, "Bill, come up and sit with us at the table. I want you there." That was just something I'll never forget that he let me do. And I said, "I'll keep stats for you and everything." And he kept referring to me. He says, "Well, my predecessor, the longtime voice of the Quakers with Roger," he says, "Bill Lehrman's here keeping stats." And I just appreciate the fact that he kind of included me in it. But let's get back to what happened on Sunday. It was just well organized. I got to give kudos to Corey Cockrell, Matt Croce, Sigrid Solomon, all the people involved in getting it organized. They had a great program there, and I brought you a souvenir copy, Charlie, so you have that. And they had musical interludes with Barbara Dennis, now Barbara Leeds. Nancy McCormick was she is the campus minister, and she's the one that presided over everything. What Corey did, when Corey talked about, she said, one thing about Jerry, he always showed up. She could not recall a time that he didn't show up for work. And to keep in mind, of course, everybody knows him as the basketball coach, but he was also the professor of accounting. Mm-hmm. And she says, "Bill, I can't recall a day that he ever missed." And she was telling everybody that he showed up, he did his job, and really cared, deeply about his students. Yes, we all know how he was with the players, but with his students as well. He really took good care of them. Always got to remember, all coaches are teachers. Michael Snar was there. Michael, I guess he golfed a lot with Jerry, and I didn't know that. Michael, of course, just celebrated his 25th year as a member of the staff there at Wilmington College, professor of political science. They'd have lunch together and talk a lot about things and going on. And he said, you could always get Jerry's real feelings, he says, if you'd ask the right questions. Well, I don't think they should be spending money on this, or why don't they spend money on that? And he kind of used Michael as his voice box, so to speak, that then, the suggestion box, and Michael would take ideas back to the administration and so forth. Kathy Reed, his longtime companion, she always sat in one same chair. It's interesting, and I'll draw a parallelism to John Wooden. John Wooden, when he coached at UCLA, he always had Nell sit right behind him or a couple seats over where he could always turn his head and look at her and so forth. He always came out, rolled up the program, looked at her, tipped the program to her, and blew her a kiss. And Jerry said he always wanted to make eye contact with Kathy over across the way. Kathy Reed sat in one designated spot all the time. You never saw her deviate. She always sat up in about the middle section of the chairs with the backs to them, and she would always wave at Jerry, and he'd wave at her right before the game would start, and just little things you notice about people along the way. The thing that I think is so neat about Jerry, and they had this on the back of the program, Jerry made the comment, getting to coach young people, watch them grow, and see them succeed in life is what it's always been about. So see, it shows you the whole picture about Jerry Sheevey. It wasn't just coaching basketball, it was preparing these young people for what they did later on in life. And that's what some of the players talked about when they opened it up and let some of the people in the community say some things. And Gina Heil, I think it's now Gina Hewlett, she went and actually saw Jerry. And Jerry was very reserved about this diagnosis when he found out that the cancer was far along and he didn't have much time to live. He only shared it with a few close friends. His assistant, I think Kyle Gray was one, and Chris Kraftic, and just a couple of other people that he golfed with. Didn't spread it around a whole lot, didn't want anybody to know about it, but word will sometimes filter out, like the stone goes in the water, it does filter out. But she took it upon herself to drive to his house, and she went and saw him. And I thought that was kind of great. And he was just so appreciative that she took the time to come see him and talk with him. And, we can talk about Jerry till the sun sets as far as the things he did for everybody. But I think Corey kind of encapsulated, for lack of a better word, everything that Jerry was all about, because he always took a lot of notes. Yeah, I guess maybe I picked that up from him. But he always scripted out everything for his banquets. And he always had a certain line that he would talk about the team for the past year and the team for the next year. And ironically, he felt going into that 03-04 season, that was a team that could go very far and perhaps compete for a national championship. Well, they had a few bumps along the way and ended up 18-6 in the regular season. And of course, was not the OAC champions. So if you're the OAC champion, you got the #1 seed. Wilmington was in the lower bracket, so that shows you how far they had to make steps to get along the way. And of course, won the OAC title and got the bid for the national championship. And as I've shared with you many times, because I kept the scorebook on some of the road games, they would trail most of the time at halftime. I can still remember Bill Newland telling him, Jerry, we got him right where we want him. We're going to come back and get him in the second half. But Bill, we're still trailing. He says, what do you think we need to do? It was just, Bill always had that mantra about him. And Jerry's phrase, he used it the night before the championship game. Tomorrow, go out and play with the poise and intensity of a national championship team. And, it resonated with the players. And I got to see Brittany Morris. Brittany was one of those top players in the regular season for the team. But unfortunately, she suffered a knee injury and could not play in the semifinal game. And, of course, obviously not the finals game, too. And they had a banquet, and they let each of the team members, each of the teams had a representative who got to speak. And she stood up, and she gave a very emotional speech. And she says, we're here to compete with you, and we're here to beat you. And I mean, it just came out, and I said, Brittany, I still remember what you did. And she says, yep, she said, I put the pressure right on me, and I told them they had to go out and win. But it was just a very, very well-organized day, and a lot of people that did show up. A lot of the former players were there. They have a nice group photo. I put it on the post here on Facebook. Many of the coaches that he either worked with or had assistants. Sharon Sims was there. Sharon was the predecessor to Jerry before he took over. And longtime assistants, Brian Neal was there, Jeff Hans, Sherry Stauffer, Tom Kitchen, Chris Kraftick, who was one of the designated speakers, and Mark Hulsman. Bill Lehrman did make a mistake. I'll fall on the sword. I own up to my mistakes. I don't know why I said Mark Heffernan, but
What,
you
Mark
corrected me and you
no.
were right.
Well,
Yeah.
no, Mark Heffernan, he's involved. He was involved with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Right, and he did a lot of productions for the college. Maybe that's the name that popped into my head
yeah,
for
he
some
was in
reason.
theater big
right,
time.
Exactly, and he did the film highlight on the 1980 and 81 championship team that Bill Ramsire coached for the football program. But the name just jumped in my head, Mark Heffernan, but it was actually Mark Hulsman, and of course he's now the head coach at Ohio Northern University. And Jerry helped him this last year. He was actually on there as an assistant coach. Now, the last coach that he hired as an assistant here was Kyle Gray. An interesting story. Someone had told me, and maybe it was Roger, that he and Jerry owned a racehorse. And I had no idea about this. So Kyle was telling us all about it there at the memorial service, and Jerry always would check with him and say, "Well, how'd our horse do? Did it win? Did it place or did it show?" And he was so embarrassed sometimes if the racehorse didn't do very well at some of the races. But Jerry, that just shows you Jerry how he was. Now, they did open it up to people in the community. And Deanna said, "Bill, don't talk." I says, "If I do, I'll keep it to about 60 to 90 seconds. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what, 60 to 90 seconds. Let's do that right after we take a 60 to 90 second break.
We'll take a timeout and
Then
come
you can
back.
tell us from the community.
Okay.
Are animals using your house as their new home?
Yep.
Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the game is actually over before you storm the court.
Okay.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Donuts. Getting a makeover and a name change.
It's every baker's nightmare. Buckling to the snowflake social media pressure, America's tasty glazed treats will now be known as doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Why wait for real news when you can get all the made-up news you need?
Along with the facts about Ohio's hometown theater, the Murphy.
On the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
I have tried so hard to cut back on my daily doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings intake.
Really, Steve? No one has noticed. And I mean no one.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. Who says living with labels is a bad thing? Especially bright, easy-to-read labels with a large font.
when one man's drinking fountain is another man's bidet.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
All the pretend news to fill your day.
Trust your most unreliable source.
The Murphy Report. Made up stories almost like these and real stories on what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
Every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
You know, Amanda, I label just about everything in my house, even my clothes, even my shoes. One shoe I have labeled R, and the other shoe I have labeled NR.
NR?
Not right.
You're not right.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Cousin Bill.
Cousin Bill Mahane's watching. JJ Marie, who's supposed to be on here in about 25 minutes. JJ, get on it. Hurry up. Bill Mahanes, I was over in your town the other day, but you were nowhere around. I was over in Bowersville for the yard sale days. Did you see that thing I tagged you in?
Thank you.
With
I
John
appreciate
Wynn?
that. That meant a lot to me. Yes, I
couldn't
love that
believe
guy.
I found that at the yard sale. You remember John Wynn?
Johnny Bob.
Did
John
you see that?
Wynn.
At a yard sale, I bought a bobblehead of John Wynn sitting at his desk. Yeah.
The gold standard of PA announcers. Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet. Let's hear it for your
wait a minute, you
Greenfield
left out-
McLean Tigers.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Boys and girls,
Yeah.
that's right. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
He's a great man. Did a great job there when they had the Greenfield Times, was a sports editor, had his column from the press box. And I got to tell you, I always wanted to read that every week whenever it came out. And he was just great behind the mic. You know, we'd have him on every now and then talking about the Chillicothe paints.
Smoke like a freight
Oh my
train.
God, did he ever? Yes, yes.
I got
Get
him
some
in
fresh
the
air. Got to go outside and get some fresh air. That's what he'd always say.
I got him in the end,
He,
unfortunately.
yeah, I know. He had the pipe, so I know. I see you nudging me. Okay, so Scotty.
Let's get back to Jerry Sheevy. Yeah, you were getting ready to do community comments.
Okay, so Scotty's sitting to
Short
my
community
right.
comment.
Yeah, Scotty's sitting to my right. Dee's sitting to the left, and she puts her leg up and she says, "You're not standing up and speaking." I said, "I don't need to walk out there." I said, "I'll just say it from my seat." And Scotty nudged me. He says, "Dad, you ought to say something." I says, "Do you want to?" He goes, "No, you can." So what I said was, one thing about Jerry, he always gave the credit to the players when they won, but he shouldered the blame, he and the coaching staff, if they would lose. And that is true. That's the way Jerry was, whether I was writing for the newspaper or whether we had him on the post-game show to do the coach's wrap-up. And he would always say that. But the three things he always wanted to talk about, I remember this like it happened yesterday. Did we win the rebounding battle? Did we have less turnovers so we controlled the possessions? And did we make our free throws? And I said, you know, the bottom line is this. Jerry made us all better. Whether we played for him, whether we coached with him, and people in the stands were saying, yep, you're right, Bill, you're right. And I said, you know, people, I've used a phrase about certain coaches. Good coaches win ball games, but the great ones change a life. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, we know who that is. It's Jerry Sheevy. And everybody kind of, applauded and said, you're right, and so forth. And Adam Lowry told me afterwards, I saw Adam yesterday and I was telling you about the tires. And he said, Bill, I loved your comment when you closed. He says, a lot of us felt that way about Jerry. He says, we didn't either play for him, but we knew him and we worked with him. But he says that's the real mark of a good coach. They win ball games, but the biggest thing is the whole big picture, they can change a life. And he certainly did. His record speaks for itself. 3 trips to the Elite Eight, 11 teams won 20 or more games in a season, and that was just a magical ride in 03 and 04, and they've got the banner there at center court, and they'll never be able to take that away from him. When he and Dixie Jeffers would get lock and horns, you'd think about the numbers. Here's a gal that's won 2 national titles at Capitol, and she's got 700 wins, and Jerry's got 500 wins, and it was a battle of wits between the two of them. And the officials would tell me, Carol Smith, Bill Ward, they always loved coaching the games between Jerry and Dixie because they would try to outwork the other one on working the officials. But Jerry never got a technical in those games. I think Jerry, in the times that I kept the scorebook or in the times that I broadcast or wrote, I only think he got 2 technicals. One time he did throw down his clipboard. We were talking about an opposing coach that did that this year in the women's game. But I only saw him lose his temper once or twice. And it was if they did not run the play the right way or if something happened and, the other team got on a run or something like that. But Jerry Sheevy, it's great. I don't know as far as what they may do at the college to commemorate him. It'd be nice to have a portrait of him and have his record there. But, you've got Herman Court, Fred Risk Arena. I don't know if it'd be too wordy to say it, but you think of people like Jerry Durger down at McNicholas, who had the court named after him, and Mike Krzyzewski had the court named after him at Duke. It might not be a bad idea to rename the basketball floor itself Jerry Sheevy Court. That's something for the college people to decide, but I'll leave that up to that administration. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, okay, where do we go from here? And I did get there early. Everybody says I get there early enough to sell popcorn. Well, I would like to get there early and get a good seat.
Popcorn.
Yep. I should have brought popcorn, right? If they'd have sold popcorn, they'd have ran out on Sunday.
Popcorn.
Right, but it'd be nice next year too. They're talking about no air conditioning. I understand next year they are going to have air conditioning at Herman Court Fred Risk Arena, and boy, it's sorely needed. They had those big tunnel fans out the wind tunnels, but still people were perspiring and you were wiping the sweat from your brow and everything like that. So I asked Matt as we were getting things ready to go, Matt Croce, I says, if I could ask you, Matt, where do we stand, where do you stand in regards to the new coach for the women's team? And he did tell me the following. Interviewed several candidates. I've made my decision. I have offered the job, and it has been accepted. He did tell me that the person he's going to bring in, she is a female, has extensive coaching experience on the collegiate level, about 8 years as a head coach. And my understanding is they may be doing that in the next few days, or they may hold off and do it early next week once everything gets put in place. But they will be announcing the hiring of a new women's basketball coach here in the not too distant future. It could be a matter of days.
So it's not you.
There is no way I'm going to take that job. No. I may, I'll tell you what, now. Huh? No. I'll leave that to Charlie. No.
Yeah.
No, I do have some aspirations. I'd love to get back and do it again. I've told Micah, I said, you know, if you need somebody to fill a chair, I says, I would love to sometime do this before my time is called, before, you know, I pass away.
Before the Marlboro man gets you.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. I told Micah, I said, I'd love to help you as an assistant coach. I says, I really would. And I said, you know, I got to do it with Miles Burton down at Hillsborough a few years ago. And I says, I'd just like to help you and work with the kids and everything. He says, let me think about that, Bill. He says that there may be a possibility of it, but I like helping him. He's got that Tuesday night league. We didn't have a game last night, though, because he's at a coaching clinic down in Atlanta, Georgia. But I just like the interaction with the kids. And I do appreciate something Mike Noska said about me a while back when I was keeping the scorebook at Wilmington. I would notice some tendencies of some opposing players, and so during a timeout, I'd run down to either Kyle Medley or one of the assistants, maybe it was Kenny Platt, and I'd say, hey, watch this number so-and-so about the backdoor cuts on here, or this guy always shoots from the right elbow, force him to the left. And Mike, I know one time during a timeout, he looked at those guys and he says, Lehrman's sitting at the scores table and he sees those things. Why aren't you guys watching that? You can just imagine how Noska would be. But it's just little things that I see. And it came from watching and listening to Bill Newland, one of the most brilliant basketball minds I've ever been around. He would tell me a lot about how you go out scouting opponents, watching player tendencies. Do they always shoot going to the left side of the elbow, the right elbow? Do they naturally dribble left hand, right hand? He says, you know, what are their weaknesses? And those are the things you have to focus on. And you can always tell when they're tired because their shots are going to be short because that depth perception. You know, you can shoot all day long, but you can tell when it's spot on, when it's going to go in. But if those shots are falling up short, they're tired. They're running out of gas. Or you can see them panting as they're going back down the floor. So I think key thing is keeping fresh legs and substitutions and so forth. But it's just little things. I guess you could say I'm a sponge. I love being around coaches and just listening to them and talking with them and asking questions about, you know, what are the things you look for when you scout your opponents. Yep.
Heart.
Did you?
Gotta
That's
have
what
heart.
you got to look for. Heart.
Yes. Did you see Joe Davis's comment?
What's Joe Davis talking about? Is he on drugs
No, I did
this
not.
morning? No, keep far away, Jerry. What's that about?
Well, he got hit.
That's right. Huh? I'm thinking Jerry Sheevy. I'm not thinking
No,
Jerry
Mr. Emotional here.
No.
Yeah, I knocked him off the chair last week.
Joe, there's a little more distance between.
There's a chair in between, the space in the chair.
I already elbowed Lehrman for you, Joe Davis. I got him earlier.
Yep. I was asked to bring up something. So it's not totally all about sports with Bill. I do want to mention this. Clinton County Community Band's going to perform a patriotic concert here at the Murphy. There you go. 7 o'clock Thursday evening, July 3rd. Lots of patriotic music. Get ready for the celebrating of our country's birthday. Number what? 249?
Yep.
249, and they'll be playing music from the musical South Pacific, and then they're going to have a free concert prior to the fireworks, okay?
Yeah. What time they start, does it say? Because I'm DJing up until then.
Thursday,
I'll be doing
July
a free
3rd.
concert from
Says
the
here
fireworks
7
also.
o'clock, yeah. Prelude to the fireworks, an instrumental salute Thursday, July 3rd, Murphy Theater, 7 p.m.
But what time is the fire? I think they start at 8, probably.
Probably at dusk. Yeah, no,
around
that's
8
going to be
o'clock.
that's about right.
On the air Friday morning.
You're right. That's yeah. So yeah, when I leave here, I still have to go back to. I do have to go to work today. I'm not off the entire day as I normally am. Well, I'm off every day. Some people say there's no doubt about that.
I heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that
Especially
too.
Marlboro Man.
Oh well.
That's a deep.
Some habits hard to break, right? You know what I mean?
I
Yep.
tried to get those details out of your wife, but
At least I don't have the thing of tobacco in my cheek. I used to do that for a while too. At least I stopped that, thank goodness. All right. I know I do have some bad habits. I'm trying to break that. You know,
We're just trying to save your life.
I
that's
hear
all,
you.
man. It's no
You know,
problem.
death is kind of an interesting thing. Let me wrap this up here from this
Okay.
standpoint. Some people, and you got to admire Jerry, the way he wanted to handle his situation. Now, some people would say, hey, I have cancer. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to beat it. Jerry chose to just kind of let it go. I really don't know how I would handle this. I'd talk with probably Dean, Scotty, and Steven. But, you know, I look at it this way. We all have an appointed time. We're going to go to bed at night, and we may not wake up the next morning, or something may happen along the way. And, you know, that's the end. I mean, you know, my life will be from 1958 until the day that I leave this earth, and so forth. But I guess if I was told that, I would evaluate, you know, look, is there any hope? If there's no hope, okay, I'm going to live my life and just enjoy life the rest of the time I have here on earth. You know, that's the thing. Am I at peace with God? You know, I admire Brian Mudd, a guy that was given the worst type of diagnosis you could get. I think I can say it right. I can't spell it. Glioblastoma, you know, the cancer of the brain. But here's a guy that related his experiences and talked openly about it at Massey, at Bellbrook, the places he coached at, just any group that would listen. And he taught us how to deal with it. You know, he could have, he tried to, as quote unquote, exorcise the demons. And I think Tammy admired the fact that he did it that way too, his wife, just trying to relate to people. And he wrote a great book, you know, about his experiences and so forth. But he taught us not only from a teaching standpoint, which he was great at, and as a basketball coach at Massey, always being an understudy to Dan McSorley and the great football team, because they always had a lot of games compacted later in the year. But the thing that Brian did was he taught us how to live life. You know, every single day that he was dealing with this glioblastoma that eventually was going to take his life. I mean, you got to admire a man with courage of that. You can talk about John Kennedy, the profiles in courage. There's profiles in courage right there, Brian Mudd. Think about that. So, you know, death is just something we're all going to face. It's just a matter of when they call us above. You know, that's the way to look at it.
Says, Bill, take a breath.
Where's the oxygen? Oh, I go eons and eons.
Oh,
Yep.
Joe Davis.
All righty. So, any other questions or any other reflections or anything you'd like to bring up?
I just refreshed in there. There we go. Chris Robinson, good morning.
Prayers to Chris for his daughter and his family and so
Dealing
forth.
with that, yeah.
Tough thing, yes. And our prayers are with Chris. A great guy, great man, great family man, as he says. And wish you the best, Chris. Prayers with you, buddy. Prayers with you.
Yep.
Yep, exactly. And we're past time for breaks. We'll take a break, come back, and got 10 minutes or so left until Becca comes.
I'm keeping the chair warm.
Fine.
Labor analysts have done the math. If God used union workers to create the world, just how long would it take?
6 days and a day of rest? Hardly. Experts say we might still be under construction, but at least we'd be on more solid ground.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made-up stories just like these are what we're about on The Murphy Report, with a new report every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Plus all the real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in the heart of downtown Wilmington.
Hosted by veteran anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone. It's news you might lose. But if you do, we'll find it, we'll pick it up, we'll roll it up, and we'll stick it back in your front screen door.
That sounds more like a newspaper, Steve.
This isn't a newspaper?
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. Nursery rhyme historians uncover the truth about Jack and Jill.
There was no hill to climb, and new clues cast doubt on there ever being a pail. What could be next? The tortoise and the hare living together?
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. The nursery rhymes may be made up, but the only thing made up here is the news.
That's right, Steve. On the Murphy Report, with a new report every week beginning Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Hard-hitting, cutting-edge, and a third less fulfilling.
With veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
A combined 415 years in the news business.
It's made-up news you can count on to get you through your day.
And put you to sleep at night, just like me with my warm milk and cookies. And a plethora of heart-related medications.
Plus all the real news on what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
That's on the Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
Said last for 50 years? Nope, only lasts about 30, wasn't it?
Who was the last Red to hit a home run in Crosley Field?
Lee May.
Yep.
The Big Bopper. He and Johnny
Lee
Bench
May.
went back to back. Off one the air chow, I think.
Yep, Lee May.
Yep.
So, all right, well, we're back, and Jerry, yeah, go ahead.
And about Lee May, he also caught the last out because Bobby Bonds had a comebacker to Wayne Granger. Granger flips the ball to Lee May. That was so poetic about it, the fact that he hit the home run to give them the lead, and then he catches the ball for the final out at Crosley.
Lee May. Now, Jerry, let's get Jerry a little today in history.
All right. July 2nd.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And this day in history in
That's the second day of July, Jerry.
Yeah, that's the day after the first.
Day after the first.
Yeah, and it's the day before the third.
And that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. In 1776, Richard Henry Lee's resolution that the American colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states was adopted by Congressional Congress. In 1857, New York City's first elevated railroad officially opened for business. In 1881, Charles J. Guiteau, I think it was.
Wing it.
Yeah. Fatally wounded U.S. President James A. Garfield in Washington, D.C.
Jerry,
One of Ohio's presidents.
Do we know how elevated that railway was? How far off the ground was it?
I don't know. It's high enough to... Never fails.
I'm being quiet.
Yeah.
I'm being good.
In 1926, U.S. Congress established the Army Air Corps. In 1937, American aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart disappeared in the Central Pacific during as she attempted to fly around the world at the equator. I'm telling you, that was on Bob and Tom this morning, and it was crazy when they...
Did we ever find her?
Didn't they find some remnants of the plane in the ocean?
Yeah.
I think they found some remnants of the plane. Yeah.
Desert island somewhere.
Yeah.
It was a 3-hour tour, I think.
Oh, the SS Minnow, yeah.
In 1939, at Mount Rushmore, Theodore Roosevelt's face was dedicated. In 1947, an object crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. The U.S. Army Air Force insisted it was a weather balloon. The eyewitness accounts led to speculation that it might have been an alien spacecraft.
Ooh.
In 1962, Walmart Discount City opened in Rogers, Arkansas. It was the first Walmart store.
62.
Wow.
Wow, I realized
How
Walmart
about
was older
that?
than me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And, they showed it. And some of them were in their pajamas too, Rick.
I bet they did.
Yeah. In 1964, U.S. President Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964 into law. The act made it illegal in the U.S. to discriminate against others because of their race. In 1976, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled the death penalty was not inherently cruel or unusual. So when did they change their mind about that?
Well, that's a volatile subject, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
in 1982, Larry Walters, Lawn Chair Larry. You ever heard of Lawn Chair Larry?
For a lifeguard, Larry.
Lawn Chair Larry. Took flight in his homemade airship that consisted of a lawn chair with 45 helium-filled weather balloons anchored to it.
He's courageous.
He stayed in flight for about an hour. He reached altitudes of 16,000 feet.
Did he have breathing apparatus with him?
That didn't say that.
Because once you get to about 10,000,
Yeah.
you have to have oxygen.
Yeah. They said he made it to like 16,000 feet. And he launched from a backyard in San Pedro, California. That's where he took off from. And in 1985, General Motors announced that it was installing electronic road maps as an option in some of its highest priced cars. And what was funny was I didn't realize it, but it was called the ETAC Navigator. And it was digital maps on cassette.
What cassette?
Digital maps that were on cassette.
I think it was right about this time that I bought my 1985 Chevette from down at Jerry Hig Motors from Steve. But I'll tell you one thing, it didn't have all that stuff on it.
I bought a new.
It didn't even have air conditioning.
I bought a new one down there in the 80. Didn't I buy it in the 80? No, I bought it over at Gus Wallace.
Okay.
There's a guy that still brings a Chevette to our car shows sometimes.
You know, there's days I still wish I had that car. Paid $6,006, I think is what we settled on the final price for that. My, how prices have changed since then. It's a great little car, though. I mean, it can get you over 30 miles a gallon going back and forth to Columbus. That was one of the reasons I bought it. And it was so funny. Talked to Steve on the phone. He called me and he says, "You get down here, you're going to leave in a car tonight, Billy. I guarantee it." Boy, I tell you, he was right. My wife thought I was crazy. She dropped me off and she said, "When do you want me to come back?" I says, "Go home." I said, "I'll leave her in the car tonight."
Dang.
Yeah, I bought an 83 Chevette.
Silver Chevette.
I bought an 83 Chevette down there. And then on 85, I bought one because Rick Washburn, I don't know if you knew Rick.
I remember Rick, yes. He was at Hague's for a while, and then he went to Gus Weiler. Yeah, good man.
Have you seen the Chevettes? They drop 350s in.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, and Deanna had a red one. This was so funny. She had a red one. Hers was the 4-speed. It wasn't a 5-speed. It was a 4-speed. And I remember the daggone shifter broke on it of all things. We had to get that fixed. But mine was an automatic. But yeah, I did have an AM/FM stereo in it. He got it undercoat. No, he had just undercoated the car. That's what it was. It was undercoated and everything because they didn't treat the cars back then, you know. And so I said, "Well, how much would it be to get air conditioning?" He says, "You don't want to pursue that." So I didn't care. It didn't matter to me. I just want to get something economical because I'd leave every morning for Columbus at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and listen to Bill Wills on the way. So, you know, I didn't need the air conditioning.
I bought that 5-speed up at Gus Weiler's, and I took off and went to Tennessee with the kids. Me and the kids went to Tennessee. Reverse went out of it.
Oh!
Brand new car, reverse went out.
Oh, at least it was under warranty then.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, with that, I'm going to pull a Gary Burbank and say I must be off. I'm going to head to church and then go to work.
Church.
Thanks.
Don't you think I should go?
You didn't do anything bad today.
Okay, well,
You don't need any Hail Marys today.
Yeah, you might want to say a little prayer for me.
okay,
But
there you
do
go.
work a tire discount.
Oh. Bill Learman always tries to treat his customers with ethics and integrity. I will say that.
There you go.
No matter whether I'm in Chillicothe, Hillsboro, Washington Courthouse, Indiana,
Notice the one he omitted.
I did work at Wilmington at one time. But I'm DFA. I'm designated for assignment wherever they want to send me to. I've only worked at 9 stores.
Travis has been like a mentor or something. I don't know. He's way up north somewhere.
Well, gentlemen, have a happy and safe 4th of July. Happy birthday, America, and we'll catch you next Friday.
And the panel is about to get a hell of a lot better looking here in just a couple minutes.
Local religious leaders pondering taking Sundays off.
Holy Toledo, Batman. Are religious holidays next on the chopping block?
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Investigative reporting. It's what we do, sometimes on the Murphy Report.
Nothing is off limits in our newsroom, except baby turtles.
The Murphy Report. A new report every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel.
Amanda, did you know that I once felt I had a calling and gave serious consideration to joining the priesthood?
Oh, I can see that. You seem sincere, spiritual sort of person, not wrapped up in the petty trappings of society, littered with ego and vanity. What made you decide not to do it?
I don't look good in black.
Amen to that. The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. A young couple, creatively challenged, turned away from a popular rock band's long-awaited concert.
and all because they couldn't imagine dragons.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett,
Heart-wrenching stories just like these
as well as others like my bunny being stuck in a tree.
are just a sample of the made-up news you can count on from us on the Murphy Report. Every Monday morning on our Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Amanda, did I ever tell you I was in a band?
Oh, no, Steve, what was the name of the band?
Well, it was actually a tribute band, and we were a tribute band to a tribute band, which happened to be a tribute band to a band named Tribute.
Well, that sounds like it's ripe for confusion.
Oh, after 7 months on the road and no showers, oh, we were ripe all right. Almost as ripe as your feet.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. A major shakeup in the pharmaceutical industry as Flintstone Vitamins taken to task for tasting nothing like Fred or Wilma.
and as for Pebbles, well, she's already a fruity breakfast cereal. Why dietitians and nutritionists coast to coast are warning us to yabba dabba don't when it comes to ingesting these chalky childhood chewables.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Looking out for your health and well-being is just a sample of the kind of made-up news you can expect on the Murphy Report.
Earning the reputation as the mistrusted name in news isn't something that we take lightly.
In fact, most wouldn't take it at all.
And our efforts reflect that, with a trophy case in our lobby filled wall to wall with empty shelves.
Let the other outlets vie for trophies and your respect.
We're simply too busy making it up to care for such accolades, with a new report posted every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and YouTube channel.
The Murphy Report, with veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
There's just a lot going on down here.
All right, look at that. And we go from Bill Learman and Jerry to Charlie's Angels. Here we go. Right there they are, all three of them. We got Becca, JJ, and Brittany, which is Becca's daughter. Is that right? You guys each claim each other, right?
Yeah, most of the time. She's mine.
So, Brittany, how old are you?
I'm 31.
30. Are you single?
I was getting ready to ask her. You said
Kind of, yeah.
Let's get personal. There's another show coming on just for young single people. It's called Let's Get Personal.
Wow.
So you might be interested
She
in
said,
that.
wow. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's Rick. That's the Evil Emperor's deal. Let's get to some birthdays here. We got Rita Howard. You guys may know some of these people.
I do.
Trisha Cairn, Betty Price, Linda Rubel. Was Betty Price
That's our
on your
Betty.
show
That's
last
our Betty.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Avnium, Shane Roadhamel, Tyler Henthorne, Patricia, it says Duffield, but she goes by another name now. I didn't write it down. Sorry, Patricia Duffield. Beth Pearman, Dawn Burkett, Debbie Ailing, Jeff Smith, Gretchen McGraw, and Joey Nebergall. So now we have some famous people's birthdays that we guess their age. Okay?
Oh, God.
All right. Charlie's fine. You don't have to call me God. All right. She goes, oh, God. All right. Ashley Tisdale. High School Musical fame.
You should
Ashley
know that one.
Tisdale.
You should know that one.
I'm gonna say she's probably 36.
Higher.
Really? 40.
40. Ding, 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 ding,
Really?
ding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I thought, too.
I don't have
Surprised.
no idea who she is.
That's what I thought, too. 40, she's 40 already? Dang. Imelda, I never met a shoe I didn't like. Marcos.
Gosh.
104.
She's still alive.
She's got to be like 85.
Higher.
Really?
105.
Bracketed. In between.
95.
95 is just a little bit low.
96.
94.
96.
JJ. I said 94.
I know, it's 96.
Oh.
95 was just
I
a little
told you
bit
I just
low.
woke up. You said just a little low.
John Sununu, politician, was New Hampshire's governor. He worked for Bush as, what was he for Bush? Chief of staff or something? John Sununu. Older, but not as old as Imelda.
85.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, wow.
85.
First guess.
Johnny Weir, the figure skater.
No,
52.
Huh? What'd you say?
38.
Oh, I thought you said something else. 38 is low. Oh, she says he's gay. He is, yeah. He is. So that's why.
Good guess, JJ.
Oh, I'm sorry. Her face cracks me
38
up.
is low.
45.
45
Sorry.
is high.
So insensitive, JJ.
42. No,
42
I love all
is
types of
just a
people.
little bit high.
Don't matter what you
41.
are. Still love you.
41 is correct.
Look at
There
that
we go.
shirt.
I know, that's a sparkly one.
What are you changing shirts over
Your
there?
wife's rocking some looks.
You giving Rick a free show over there? All right, here he is. Larry David. Larry David, he was on Curb Your Enthusiasm, Seinfeld. What's his? Is he the brains behind Saturday Night Live? Maybe. I don't know. He's Saturday Night Live too.
61.
Higher,
Yeah, he's like 75 or something.
just higher.
78.
78. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, whatever.
You guys haven't even offered any guesses yet. You guys have been nailing it.
All of the women.
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh.
Brittany? I'm going to defer to Brittany.
I'm going to say 34.
Higher,
42.
lower.
38.
Just
40.
a little bit higher than 38.
40.
39.
39. There you go.
I ain't doing that no
When you
more.
said that,
That's
one up.
confusing for me.
yeah.
Last one, the king of stock car, Richard Petty.
Gosh, I don't
76.
Higher,
Whoa.
80.
higher,
He's 90.
higher than 80,
85.
higher than 85, lower than 90, just a little bit high, 88. Yeah.
I wasn't even going to say it.
All right.
Such a spoil sport.
So Brittany,
know, right?
so you know how to play this. We play a little game called Chain Connection. Now the way this works is like I'll say a word and give you the first letter of the second word. And you ever watch that game, Chain Connection?
I think so, just recently.
She's the first.
She just said
First one, yeah. So like if I go Mountain D. Mountain Dew.
Dew.
Mountain Dew, yeah. It's an easy game, right? Easy.
that.
All right, since you are the new person to the show,
That's not what you called me.
I
Or
called
me.
you the old new person. Now, what did I call
Okay.
you?
We're not even going to go there.
Oh, man, no.
The virgin game
That's exactly what it
game
was.
person. Okay, so since you're the virgin game person, you get to pick one of these yahoos to be your partner.
One, yeah.
That's Jerry and that's Rick.
She can pick her mama.
Now she can pick her.
I want Jerry. Scooby-Doo all the way.
Everybody wants Jerry. There you go. So the evil emperor he's the evil emperor. He can chime in on either team. So Becca and JJ's team.
We won last time.
Oh, God.
Now, so
I
Brittany,
may throw you off.
you have one more choice to make here. You can either pick your column, A or B, or you can go first.
Partner, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
She's even asking you, Jerry.
Let's take column.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Column B
Yeah.
and JJ Becca will go first as column A. Just to let you know, my pre-test scores on these, because I do these without knowing the answers.
He cheats. He cheats.
On column A, I got a 75. On column B, I got an 80. So we'll see if that.
All right. Ooh.
So here we go. Column A, JJ and Becca. Here we go. Magic S.
Magic show.
Probably magic sponge.
All right. So here we go.
Okay.
We got Brittany and Jerry. Pirate T.
Oh, okay. Pirate treasure, yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. That's right. Pirate treasure. Treasure C.
Chest.
Treasure chest. Chest C. It's not B.
Guess what?
Chest C.
T?
C.
Like cavity.
It's not T or B.
Well, it's not cup.
Oof, oof.
Never know.
Chest C?
Chest.
Could be chest cavity.
Yeah, that is not a bad answer.
Well, thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Rick. I said,
That's not a bad answer, I don't think.
Cavity it is.
All right. All right.
Well, then it wasn't as good an answer as what
That's right.
Magic SP.
spell.
Yeah, sure.
Spell. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, fine.
Good job,
I was going to
JJ.
say spatula.
Spell.
Me too. That's what she's smart.
Spell C.
Check.
Yeah, spells check.
Spell check.
You good.
Check T. Check T.
Check T.
Check T. Check.
Now, what is Michelle saying? Cold.
Check.
Chest cold.
Check T.
Check tip.
Sometimes our audience asks
Check.
as well.
Check.
Chest T.
Check.
Check
Check
T.
T. Check T, like in check.
Oh shoot, why am I not watching? People were probably
Check.
giving me the answers.
Check T.
I really
Pushing
don't
you get
have
on there
any
and
idea.
share.
Yeah, I do.
Check.
5 seconds.
Check tip.
4.
I was
Check
gonna say
tip.
that, but
I have no idea what
All
it is.
I give
So
up.
was any guess was better than nothing.
Chest CO.
Cold.
Chest cold is correct.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Cold C.
Cuts.
See?
Cold cuts.
Cold C could be cuts. I know what I thought originally was wrong. You guys
I
can
like-
chat amongst
I like
yourselves.
cuts. I
I
feel
know,
like
that's what I
that
was
could be
sitting there
great.
thinking,
I don't
too.
know though.
Well, the last one I threw out there was wrong.
Don't you say that? Yeah, I'm down with cuts. Are you down with that? Cold cuts.
Yeah,
All right.
That's right.
Why you give them all a good answer? Give us all.
Yeah.
Check
Well, good ones I'm giving
TW.
Twice.
her. Check CW.
Check TW twice. That's right. All right.
Good job, JJ.
Twice D. I actually got this one the first time. Twice D. I pulled this one right out of the air.
Oh.
Twice D.
Oh, that's better than other places.
It's true. I could have said that too.
Twice D. Yeah, I
I ain't coming up with nothing. There.
You could
There.
talk
Twice.
a little bit.
Twice.
Sometimes it's good if you say it. Twice D. Yeah, like think.
Twice D.
Yeah, like twice
I
D.
can, but there ain't nothing.
Go through your
D
vowels
that I know.
twice.
Go through your what?
Your vowels, not your vowels.
Alphabet.
No.
That's what I was trying to do.
Oh, what's that coffee?
Twice done, twice.
Twice dog, twice dumb,
Nuts.
twice. Sometimes why.
Five, four,
Three. I have no idea.
Twice
two.
die.
Can't believe you're not getting any help from home.
Twice.
Nobody likes us today.
Okay. Twice you got a guess?
Daily. Daily.
Daily.
Is that what your guess is?
Yeah, it is.
That's right.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Rebo.
Thank you, Michelle.
I know.
Thank you,
5430 was gone.
Give him a clap. Oh, she got it, Jerry.
They got it at the zero of the Glock. They're all right. Twice
It makes the
daily.
game more exciting.
Okay, daily G.
Daily.
G.
Gazette.
Daily G.
The game. Daily game. Daily.
Daily.
A lot of these took me 2 letters to get. Daily G.
Gargoyle.
Whoa.
Gargoyle?
Yeah, no, that's not my
Okay.
guess.
Garden.
That's a good
Daily
one.
garden.
You'd say that one.
That's a good one. I get
Daily G.
Daily
Garbage.
Daily grind.
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 That's the one. That's
Yeah.
That's what we're going with.
Are
Daily
you?
grind.
I said daily game too, like you did. Daily grind is right.
Thank you.
Wow.
With that one myself.
Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you
Thank you very much.
breakfast.
Okay, for the win.
Oh my God.
This is they're really getting the unfair advantage.
Oh, Jerry.
Grind. Oh.
Grind. Oh.
I ain't saying nothing.
Grind out, grind on.
Grind.
Grind on.
Grind on.
Grind off.
Grind.
Grind on, grind off.
JJ likes that grinding.
Yeah, good
Grind
nuts, I
on.
do.
Susan Brown said, oh my goodness, 3 of my favorite Wilmington ladies.
Oh, there you go.
Aw.
Supposed to go bingo with her tonight.
Grind. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Grind.
Grind.
Grind out.
5 seconds.
I have no idea.
Then an extra 5 on top of it.
2. Oh. 1.
Grind on, off. Nuts.
All right.
Oh.
Cold. CA.
Case.
Cold CA.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go with that one.
Case.
What?
Okay. It's not right. Grind OU.
Grind out.
Grind out.
Grind out is what
over.
Michelle Tebow said.
Grind out.
Grind out.
Ding 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 ding
Said
ding ding
grind
ding.
out
What's
the first
theirs?
time.
Grind out. Okay. Go now. You guys can help them with theirs.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Cold CAL.
Cold
Call.
call.
Cold
Man.
call.
Aw.
Call C.
Center.
Center. Center F.
Center what?
Field.
Front.
F.
Oh,
Field.
field.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yep. Center field. And the word of the day, just so everybody knows, is middling, which
I do a lot of it.
that was a lot of middling means average or mediocre. That's pretty mediocre there. Got me cracking up, laugh my butt off. Susan Cox. There we go. All right. It is time for break. When we come back, we're going to talk about. We got 2 sales shows to talk about here. So we're going to talk about them and when you can tune in, and when you can buy stuff from them, and how you operate them. Because the one you kind of operate a little different.
Yeah.
So she'll explain all that here in un momento.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
City officials forcing a local beloved mascot to step down.
Why poor timing and inappropriate behavior doomed a pantless Wilson the Weasel following his drunken performance at the late Judge Garrett's funeral.
There was nothing routine about this routine.
A story we are dedicated to getting to the bottom of.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. These made-up stories and the latest real news from the Murphy Theater are what you've come to expect from us
on the Murphy Report, with a new report posted every Monday morning on our Murphy Theater website and our Murphy Theater YouTube channel.
Full minute-to-minute coverage all 21 hours a day.
With veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Amanda, I have to say Vanessa and Breck are just about the two finest anchors in the business.
For once, you're absolutely right, Steve.
I think the Titanic could have learned a thing or two from these two giants in their field.
What am I missing here?
Anchors.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
No.
Oh. Let's get personal, personal. Let's get personal, personal. Live Sunday nights, 5 to 8 p.m. with your host, Dr. Footlong Schuessler, and serves only the best Nathan's hot dogs. And Sarah, play me like a trombone fife. There we go. Because the happier she gets, the longer. Oh no, that's
I'm not saying nothing.
I look immediately at JJ.
I'm not saying nothing.
When this happens.
All right. So Becca is here. I got. Feel cold. My hands are.
You're freezing.
Freaking cold here. I tell you.
I don't have that problem. Hot flashes.
Anyhow,
real.
We got 2 sales shows, and yes, we partake. We buy stuff. My wife, you want to walk in front of the camera here real quick?
Absolutely. Because look at that.
See,
this is some of the stuff you get. Now, what's the name of this show?
It's our Pink Closet. Pink Closet.
There you go.
Look at that.
There you go. Scoot up toward the camera more.
This light just.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. And it does look good on a booby shot. It'll reach out and get you.
She's showing that. Anyhow, that's just one of the items they offer, but and that pink show, but it's Victoria's Secrets, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Victoria's Secrets pink show. I guess that's all the same product now,
it is.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't pink used to be a separate brand?
No.
No? Okay. All right, so there, I don't buy any of it, obviously.
He doesn't wear pink.
So, Victoria's Secret show is on Saturday nights?
Saturday nights.
Saturday nights, what time?
7 o'clock.
Are you having it this Saturday, though, because of the weekend?
I am not.
Okay.
I am not.
So every Saturday, but you do have to be accepted into this group, right?
No, you can just go.
Don't you have to join the group?
You have to join the group, yes.
Yes, but you don't have to ask her where.
Right, and you just go. You can just go right in there.
You can just go.
Yeah.
Just go join
exactly.
the group.
Yes.
No stupid questions like, are you a terrorist or anything like that. Just join the group. So now, you run the auctions a little different. That's the Saturday night auction. Now, on Tuesday night, she has lots of snacks and other stuff. The problem, I'm just going to make a suggestion.
Start that more jerky? Is that it?
No, I want her to start it
would
earlier.
like to have more Slim
She
Jims.
started getting into some good stuff. And it's Charlie's bedtime.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
I'm old.
Well, me too. It's Facebook lag. I was lagging so bad last night.
I don't mind that. I get that because we do this. No, I just meant like you got done with the snacks. You started getting some different stuff, which you might have got in my pocket a little more, but I need to go to bed.
That's my goal in life now, is to get in your pocket.
You did.
As much as I can.
Hey, and did you notice last night who tried to start you out every time I got on?
You did.
I did.
You did.
People wait too long to bed, so I just go ahead. Oh, I'm fine, Sean. This is my angels right here, Charlie's angels right there. There we go. So, but you gotta have people start.
Yeah.
And I don't mind starting. Heck, I'll bid $1 on just about anything.
So what's the group you go to?
The group you go to is the Pink Group. So what's it called?
Pink Closet.
The Pink Closet.
Not the.
It's
Just
behind
Pink
the
Closet.
green
just
door.
Pink Closet.
Remember that.
Both options.
The pink
No.
closet behind the green door?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Wow.
JJ's
Ooh,
there.
rabbit hole.
Pink Closet. Behind the
Closet.
green doors, the other one?
No.
No.
The Trading Post and Ben's is the other
The
one.
Trading Post and Ben's.
That's where you get the snacks and the other stuff.
Trading Post and Ben's is on Tuesday nights. Which last night I got like a thing of gum.
Well, ooh,
$3.
what, Sean?
You missed out, Charlie. She had items you needed in your life. I had to go to bed. I had to get up to come do this morning.
Me too.
So, yeah, but you didn't have to come in till 9.
True.
Well, I was up at 6 this morning getting ready.
7.
7 on Tuesday nights. So we never get involved too much till we get home from Chubba's. Chubba Pizza. But my wife buys lots of stuff. She buys stuff from the Pink group also on Saturday nights. Now that is mainly for women.
Yeah.
No, man,
For
if you want,
whoever. It's for
man,
whoever.
man, if you want to get on there, you can buy your
Yeah.
your wife's presents or whatever,
Exactly.
or anything like that,
They
or
can buy for their
Or both.
or if you float
Right, yeah.
if you float the other direction,
That's
which
right.
many
We got
seem
stuff.
to do, you know.
We got some stuff that'll fit you.
And it's fun.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
fun.
it is.
My son's on there. He sells stuff with us.
You guys,
We try to get him the model stuff, and so far it ain't.
He would. You don't, well, listen. You gotta watch that because you ain't gotta try too hard with that boy.
Pass him some dollars.
He'll do some
It's
stuff.
worth the sleepless night.
He'll
Night.
do
He
some-
wouldn't put it on.
So what did I miss last night? I saw you had something about a police sign, and that's when I was gonna go to bed.
A what?
You had like said home, and then police. There's like a police thing.
Oh yeah, I had that little. That was a shelf sitter, just a little shelf sitter.
Yeah,
I had the horse from Toy Story.
I was going to ask you how much
I
did
saw
that
it
go
on the
for?
back
Cute.
shelf.
I sold him.
How did it go for?
18.
That's all.
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
Yeah. I don't remember. I
Oh,
never
the
saw
part about
much.
you getting in Charlie's pocket. Ooh.
Oh,
Talk about
come
money.
We all want to get in Charlie's pocket. Okay, that's
No,
what
I
we
don't.
do. I don't mean it like that. I meant
Live auction
The money,
coming
You
soon.
see his wife
Yeah.
sitting over there watching?
no. She knows. She knows what I'm saying.
Live
yeah.
auction coming soon. Now is that like Let's Get Personal? It's like 3 months, and then we'll get there in about 6 months.
Well, honestly, it probably will be about a month and a half, 2 months out, and it will be in Waynesville.
Wayne's.
I know.
But not going to be online. So I
No,
have to go
it'll
to
be a
Wayne's.
lot. That'll be a live auction. I'll still be
Now
doing
that would be
online
more
stuff.
fun
But the
to do a
auction-
combo live auction online.
That would be too.
That would be hard.
That would be really hard.
No,
We could
stop
post
it.
it.
That's the part that would
Sotheby's-
kill us.
Sotheby's
Yeah.
does it all the
Well,
time.
if we had our own website,
They call in,
Right.
yeah.
but you can make it a call in.
There's no fiber in Waynesville, probably.
Wait a minute.
No. The
There's
lag
only
is bad.
Spectrum, and
You
I
could
would
call
rather.
in. You could call in.
We
That's
could
a bad
If you're
broadcast
at
it.
home,
I mean, I've done
Call
that
in.
before. We've done that before in our live auctions.
yeah, call
We've
in.
had call-in bids before.
That's what they do at those big ritzy to-do auctions
But
like
then
in New
if you
York
got-
City.
But then if you got the lag, somebody be calling in
If
while
you're
the
not
bid's
5 minutes
already.
later.
That's true.
No?
That
Yeah.
is true too. Yeah. That's what
These-
happened to me
she's
last
busy
night.
all the time anyways, all of them are. They ain't got time.
Like weekend auctions and things like that, they've already got bidders that are online. They're holding them online.
If you
Yeah.
had your own, website and you could do it like that, then that would be one thing.
Or
You could do the
or
online
you
bids.
Could, yeah,
but-
but you could put the stuff on there beforehand.
Well, we could do that too. We do that anyway. We go on go to auction, and you put pictures, and people can
Not auction
leave.
zip.
Thank you, Susan.
Auction zip is not what it used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you will still put it on there, but
Where you gonna play
She's
bingo
very
at
sweet,
tonight?
Her and her kid. Bingo in Fayetteville.
I
Fayetteville.
wish I could go.
We'll go.
I can't.
Why not? JJ
I
will
have
give you a
prior
ride.
obligations.
Susan's giving me the ride.
I know Susan will give you a ride.
My mom wants to go too.
All right. Well, listen, we're gonna come back here in just a minute, and I want you to explain how this works. Like if somebody has never seen it, or how what do they do?
Okay.
All right. Well,
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the game is actually over before you storm the court. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Labor analysts have done the math. If God used union workers to create the world, just how long would it take?
6 days and a day of rest? Hardly. Experts say we might still be under construction, but at least we'd be on more solid ground.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made-up stories just like these are what we're about on The Murphy Report, with a new report every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Plus all the real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in the heart of downtown Wilmington.
Hosted by veteran anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone. It's news you might lose. But if you do, we'll find it, we'll pick it up, we'll roll it up, and we'll stick it back in your front screen door.
That sounds more like a newspaper, Steve.
This isn't a newspaper?
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. Nursery rhyme historians uncover the truth about Jack and Jill.
there was no hill to climb, and new clues cast doubt on there ever being a pail. What could be next? The tortoise and the hare living together?
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. The nursery rhymes may be made up, but the only thing made up here is the news.
That's right, Steve. On The Murphy Report. With a new report every week beginning Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Hard-hitting, cutting edge, and a third less fulfilling.
With veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
A combined 415 years in the news business.
It's made up news you can count on to get you through your day.
And put you to sleep at night, just like me with my warm milk and cookies, and a plethora of heart-related medications.
Plus all the real news on what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
That's on The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
We got cookies over there? Cool.
Oh yeah. You got cookies.
Did I buy the cookies or my wife buy
Your
cookies?
wife brought. Your wife brought cookies.
Praise God.
What kind of cookies we got over there?
Famous Amos, probably.
I don't know.
I don't know,
I
what
was
did you
trying to
say the
bid
other
on your
night?
Chips Ahoy last night, but people got nutty. I was like,
Whatever cookies y'all had.
All right, so Becca, let's talk to the virgin buyer. Jerry is the virgin buyer here. He's getting ready to get on your trading posts and bins, right? So he's on the trading post and bin site, and the first thing up for auction, let's just say,
Diet Coke.
is a 12-pack of Diet Coke, which it's not usually, but there
No,
you
it's not ever been.
I'll tell you what,
I would
let's-
keep that.
let's say let's not, I don't want to say beef jerky. Bleh. Oh look, she does have cookies.
Big meat sticks.
Don't be just leaving them over there.
Charlie.
I give them a good
What we got?
name.
Here, show them on there. Here's some of the stuff you can get through the other auction. There, Famous Amos cookies. There we go.
Right, Famous
You
Amos.
were.
I couldn't remember if that's what I'd seen you holding up, Famous Amos, or
Oh,
I
no.
had Chips Ahoy last
Yeah, okay, I
night.
got
A
one
bunch
there.
of Chips
That's
Ahoy.
good.
Ooh, you can put
Yeah.
those down there.
No, they can stay that way. I have a sugar problem.
I've never met a chocolate chip cookie I didn't like.
You know, same.
Okay, so here we go. We're starting the auction. Let's say we're offering those soft bake devil oatmeal raisin cookies because Well, they're the devil's cookies because they look like heavenly chocolate chips, and they're the devil's raisins.
I love raisins.
So there you go. You ever heard the devil's lettuce? That's the devil's cookies right there.
Oh,
Right
okay.
there.
Okay.
All right.
Something
Anybody
every
want
day.
famous Amos?
No, thank you.
All right.
No, thank you.
So let's sell that, okay? I get you started. I bid $1.
Okay. You just bid.
Hold it up.
You just watch. You just.
I type it on there.
Show
I bid
them what you
$1.
do, Becca.
Here it is. This is what you're bidding on.
So I bid
Charlie
$1.
said $1.
Jerry bids $1.
Jerry, no. Charlie was my first dollar. Jerry, you got to be 2 if you want.
So Jerry bids 2.
Yeah.
I bid $2 and a penny.
Does it have
I only take dollar bids,
Yeah,
Charlie.
so
So
say,
that's not happening.
Yep.
That's why I said.
Dollars.
Goes up $1.
Dollar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dollar bid.
It's whoever we see first in the comments. On
Yeah,
our
that's
phones, too.
important because a lot of people.
Because
When
last
you,
night I was first on one. You said Chris Walls.
Well,
Elon Musk was first.
Elon Musk was first because it's whoever pops up on mine first.
Oh, so Elon he's got the moniker that's carried with him on
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Elon was bidding just to spite me sometimes.
Well, Elon has all
Just for
those
fun.
kids.
Yeah.
So
That's
he's
true.
got all those kids to feed, and
Yes,
he
he
can
does.
get cheap snacks
least
that way. Yeah. He's got a lot.
That's so true.
I don't. If he was, that was funny. I
Yeah.
don't care. But
Susan.
Right.
She's right.
She said $2 for the cookies
my
you're
wife
eating.
already bought them. We're good.
Right. Yeah.
We're good. So this goes on. You wait for a little while. When do you finally decide, okay, enough's enough, sold?
Yeah.
When do you figure that out?
Yeah.
When either, like if they're done bidding, like if Jerry bid $2 and you don't want to bid anymore,
I say out.
out, and you were my only 2 people bidding, then I'm like, okay, Charlie, you got those for $2.
Or if there's been enough time before
Yeah.
your last bid, you don't
Right.
necessarily have to
Because
say out, but it
sometimes
does move it
that
along.
lag is so bad. I didn't even get it. I thought I got it.
gnat.
It wasn't. It's driving me crazy. But sometimes the lag is so bad. And then I'll say, okay, Charlie got that for $2. And then like
But then you'll
30
say,
seconds or a minute later, somebody will bid again.
There's too-
And I'm
too
like,
late.
and they had bid before, for them, before I said
Yeah.
sold.
Now,
But-
if you've got multiples of items, do you ever do a pass out?
I do. Always. If I have multiples.
so
Well,
she'll
not
offer it to
always.
me first.
If I have multiples.
Not
So if you are the winning bidder, and she may say, I got 4 or 5 deals. Mm-hmm. You can take as many as you want.
Whoever the winning bidder
Or you
was.
can just take the one.
And then it'll go to the backup bidders.
If you got a bunch of people bidding on it,
Sometimes.
it's nice sometimes to,
Sometimes
To share.
like, but if it's cheap enough, I'm getting a deal. Sorry. Sorry about your luck.
That's me. I get greedy.
Okay. How do you get paid? How did it?
We just paid her this morning.
Well, or Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or cash when you pick up.
Bitcoin?
No. Not that
Not that good
sophisticated
yet. Yeah.
And I can either ship it or you can pick it up in Waynesville or Wilmington, either one. So,
You pay the shipping though.
yeah, they pay the shipping. I just shipped out stuff to Youngstown from the Pink Sale Saturday night.
Well,
was
yeah,
pretty
how
reasonable.
far away do people watch this?
Alabama. Had some in Alabama. My aunt,
Florida.
she was my aunt.
Brittany.
Yeah. Brittany in Florida.
Because she'll text me and they'll come through and say, Mom, bid.
Bid.
Your daughter's telling you to bid?
Yeah. I'm like, just
So does everybody
bid.
understand the format there, how that works?
Nervous.
It's fun too.
It is
It
fun.
is
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
It is.
Chicken, eggs, they are a good payment.
Hey, I would take that. Chickens and eggs.
She will
Just
barter.
no cats.
Heck yeah. Yeah, no cats. I got enough of those.
Now let me ask a question. Well, I know other auctions they do this. Like, let's say I've got, like last night you ended up having an extra set of cookies and cream bars.
I did.
Why don't you just sell them again?
Because they already
Because
paid
I already,
one money.
yeah.
They already paid
It's
one
kind
money
of
for it.
an auction etiquette rule.
I've been to auctions, they do that.
I'm not
Okay.
one of those auctions, Charlie.
Well, you could go down to 2. You could split it up more. Okay, how about for two?
Well, if they're already
Here's the
paid,
thing. It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, to do all that, and go through the whole Facebook lag again for all that. So I just offer it at what it brought the first time. It's
Now,
just easier for me that way.
No, I was just asking.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
It's just one of Charlie's suggestions.
No,
Gotcha.
no.
Hey, I'm always open for suggestions.
There's other auctions that do it that like
Yeah, they do.
that. Do you have fiber?
no.
Well, maybe when they get fiber, it'll be quicker. It won't be as much of a lag.
I don't know. I think it's a Facebook problem.
Those,
It may be.
Huh?
those oatmeal raisin cookies do just about as well.
For fiber?
For fiber,
They
yeah.
are good for fiber. Yeah.
Different type of fiber there, Jerry Bear, but it's all right. Look,
Yeah,
you're
we
good.
didn't like them.
I could tell. Yeah.
Yeah,
They ate the oatmeal raisin. Good.
Thank you, Rachel.
yes, Rachel, thank you very much.
There's the devil's cookies right there.
I would have liked the Robo Pizza though, Charlie.
I would have too. They ghosted me. I'll see him Friday night. I'll just go up and give him one of these. What happened? I love her pizza. You guys ever had Robo pizza?
I have not had it.
You need to try it.
Good.
It's good. It's good stuff. We'll get him back on here. Now, the Pink Show, I'm going to shut up because I don't watch it. You do it similarly, sometimes the way you do the other show, but now you have a new thing you're doing. What's that?
Highest offer and claim. And for that, it's the same idea of like bidding on something at an auction. And we show a couple pieces, we name them, and then while we're running through bids and watching the bids go by, they're bidding $5 for JJ. We'll say if the shirt's named JJ. So that's sitting up on a shelf, so they're seeing it the whole time. And then, yeah, they're just running through, and it doesn't slow us down because we could pull out other pieces and name them pink and sweats or something. No matter what it is, we just pick a name for it. And, yeah, they just
And
start
if you
bidding
want
on
that,
it.
that's what you bid on. You put
Yeah.
pink $10 or,
Then how you know when the time runs out that you're going to sell it?
I count it down. We hold
pick
it
it
up
off
at
the
the
rack.
end
Yep.
when it's getting close to
I just called
close.
in a lot higher rate.
Ah!
Is she wearing that crochet top?
I went and got the bottom of that.
Did you hear that?
Yes, he said no.
He said, I hope.
Oh, no.
Jerry,
Never mind.
Oh, God.
trying to be nice to both of you. She'd kill you. So say,
Seriously? I'd be gentle with him.
Look
He's so sweet, yeah.
So that's what Spider-Man says before he webs his weave.
Yeah.
Or weaves his
No.
web. There you go.
I would be sweet to him.
Have you
He's
seen how much
sweet.
hair he has on his chest?
And
I don't have near as much as when they took that razor to me.
Oh, jeez.
Look at his arms.
Sasquatch
ain't
edition right
nothing
there.
wrong with
Spraying out
hair.
everywhere.
JJ could be on your Let's Get Personal.
Is that lady?
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't want me on
Oh,
that.
yeah, we would. Oh, yeah, we would. That would be funny.
I would embarrass all you. Your faces
I
would
don't
be
know.
red.
I don't think you
You've not
would.
heard our,
I don't think you would. They talk about
we
everything.
have our meetings every Sunday night until we start the show.
There you go, JJ. You ought to
There
go
is
to
no
one of those.
subject that has not been talked about.
I don't know
No
about
subject.
that.
Yeah.
Even the purple waffle.
Oh, gosh, here we
Purple
go
one?
again.
Or blue waffle.
Blue
The
waffle.
blue waffle.
Yeah.
I learned a new one this week.
What'd you learn?
The lavender muffin. You should know what it is.
I should.
Yeah.
Get your phone out, look.
He just thinks.
I
that
want to know
just
what it
because
is.
it's
It's a new
sexual,
one on
I
me.
should know it.
It is. Well, I'm not.
Rachel's doing it for us.
Catholic term.
What is it?
It's a Catholic term?
Yeah.
The Lavender Mafia?
It is-
Lavender
It
Mafia?
is the group, and I
Is Bill Lehrman a part of this group?
No, I listen to the Catholic radio
Okay, I can see where the
station
lavender
quiet,
comes
Yeah.
up
but
for
I
a
listen to
group.
it every day when I leave here. That's why I listen.
What's a
And
gay
it
people?
is the members of the priesthood that
ropes and chains, or?
Known as the, yeah.
Never heard of that.
I've never heard of it
That's new
either.
to me. That's not my kind of group
I
anyways.
think that's the same group in the teaching profession.
I don't know, but I remember.
No.
I thought, is this real? And I mean, this is a national radio program.
It's a radio program?
It's a book.
Well,
Based on actual facts.
yeah, the Catholic.
It's fictional, but there's actual facts at the
Yeah.
end of that book.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh man.
So like a gay KKK.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I don't know how we got there from the pink auction, though.
Colors. Yeah.
So the pink auction,
We got there through the.
is there anything, now, let's,
Wormhole. That's
Bidding.
give us a little list of some of the products you sell on the pink auction.
Shirts, dresses, nightwear, bras, underwear, lotions, brand new lotions, perfumes, body wash. We have a lot of everything in there.
Shorts, leggings, bags.
There's only one
Anything
thing they ain't
pink
had
or
yet.
Victoria's Secret.
What's that?
So,
What I bought a lot
lingerie?
of for you, from you.
Oh, I don't.
Lingerie?
Yeah,
Yep.
we do have that.
There you go, Rick. I got Rick's attention.
What about things that go bzzz?
That's what I just said too.
Oh,
Victoria's
yeah, I didn't
Secret
hear you.
doesn't sell
She
that.
don't have that.
Victoria's Secret doesn't make
some of
those
our
to my
merch.
knowledge.
She don't have none because she knows I'd buy it.
We're gonna have all kinds of merch.
Really?
Oh, well, we'll have it. We'll have it.
We used to get all kinds of
And
that.
we're gonna take a break,
that
Charlie,
stuff.
and
No, I'm having too much
they
fun.
need to go out. on
Oh,
March
Jerry, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, well, JJ, I don't think's got her picture either. All three of
I
them.
don't need my,
Well, the
no.
three of you would be good.
Yeah, all three of you go out. Jerry will get your phones, and Jerry will take a picture under the marquee because the marquee is really cool right now.
Oh, okay.
It has our Wake Up Wilmington.
It's an effort to warn wild weather worrywarts, a new initiative coming before Congress to force thunder to roll before lightning strikes.
A shocking proposition that is sure to spark some debate, with a 70% chance of failure sweeping in overnight from the Dakotas.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Stories we make up just for you, and the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater, Ohio's hometown theater, every Monday morning on the Murphy Report.
Find us on the Murphy Theater website and on our own YouTube's channel.
You know, Steve, I was once struck by lightning.
Oh, really? Any after effects?
Yeah, every time I sneeze, my garage door opens.
I had something similar happen to me. Every time I bend over to tie my shoes, I rip my pants.
Oh, from a lightning strike?
Yes.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. Who says living with labels is a bad thing? Especially bright, easy to read labels with a large font.
when one man's drinking fountain is another man's bidet.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
All the pretend news to fill your day.
Trust your most unreliable source.
The Murphy Report. Made up stories almost like these and real stories on what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
Every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
You know, Amanda, I label just about everything in my house, even my clothes, even my shoes. One shoe I have labeled R, and the other shoe I have labeled NR.
NR?
Not right.
You're not right.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. City Council surprisingly votes 4-3, banning citizens from dressing up their puppies.
mere days before the local kennel club's National Puppy Jamboree.
It's a canine conundrum.
And City Hall has blood on its paws.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Feel-good stories we make up just for you every Monday morning, plus the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater in Wilmington, Ohio on The Murphy Report.
Your mistrusted name in made-up news.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Amanda, but I dress up both of my dogs, Claire and Wally.
Let me guess. Bonnie and Clyde.
Nope.
Abbott and Costello.
Nope.
Mickey and Minnie.
Ah, close. William Gibbs McAdoo and the first of his 3 wives, Sarah Hazelhurst Fleming.
Of course, the Treasury Secretary under Woodrow Wilson.
And his wife. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. You might want to think twice before putting forth any effort in improving your station in life. Why being all it's cracked up to be turns out not to be all it's cracked up to be.
just ask the Liberty Bell.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made up news you didn't know you needed to know, including all the latest real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in Wilmington, Ohio.
With the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a new news report every Monday morning.
On a somewhat related note, Amanda, in my youth, I was once referred to as all that and a bag of chips.
I imagine nowadays you're referred to as all that and an extra large bag of chips. Fried in lard.
Absolutely. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Mike's on.
And JJ and Jerry did make it back.
Barely.
But
Barely.
JJ keeps creeping out of the picture. She's getting closer to Jerry all the time.
You gotta be part of the.
There you are.
There you are.
All right. So
We got one of them in.
the one thing we just bid on Tuesday nights, just
I tried to get them both in.
there's one thing up at a time. Now, on the Saturday night deal, you could be bidding on 2 or 3 different things. You have to put what you're bidding on. All right. I think that would get a little confusing.
Like it. It's fast paced.
I'm not saying it's. I think I would get a little confused. Maybe you got to make sure you got your names right and everything's.
Or at least something descriptive to make sure we know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the names get a little crazy sometimes.
Like Jerry,
Yeah.
we'd have to say Harry.
No,
Yeah.
leave him alone.
She's gonna beat you up.
Uh-oh.
Leave him alone.
Jerry, I see a future here.
Leave Jerry alone.
I see that.
It's let get personal on Wake Up Wilmington. So it's now called Wake Up Personal.
There was a show like that one time.
Oh, Charlie, I know what you're. He's going down the rabbit
It's
hole.
called 6 Feet Under.
Way on down there.
Get to be my age, I'm just thankful to wake up.
You said it, not me.
Hey.
Yesterday we had somebody, a celebrity. I said, man, this person's really old. I didn't mean it. I meant, it was like the girl earlier. We couldn't believe she was 40. That's the way I meant. That individual you wouldn't think was that old.
Oh, the one that come in when I.
No. This is a celebrity.
Oh.
And they're like 75 years old. He's 74, he's 72. And I'm going, oh, they're really old. But it was out of
Their
context.
age? That's how
It
old
was,
you are?
it was the
Y'all don't look
person.
your age.
Oh, I know.
I thought y'all
Look
were
like
in your
I'm about
60s, late 50s. You're stretching it there a little bit.
I'm straight. Thanks, JJ.
I'm just picking. Y'all
Who
do
was
look
it?
like you're in your late 50s. Seriously, you look good for your age.
Well, we had some interesting people yesterday had birthdays. Dan Aykroyd, 73. That's who it was, yeah.
Wow.
Well, guess how old Blondie is?
Gosh.
89.
Not quite, but 80.
Is she really?
Really?
Yeah, 80 years old.
Wow.
That's hard to believe.
I know. Call me. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Call me, because that's all I can remember the words.
And you don't sing good.
I sing great.
Is that what you do?
Heart of glass or something.
Part of glass.
Part of glass.
That's what
Oh,
Yep.
is that what that word? Is that the words?
Heart of Glass is another
Oh, I thought it
song.
was part of.
Nope.
Part of that. Part of that.
No, Heart of Glass. Not, yeah. Not Heart on Glass, no.
I got some of that. You put it in the freezer. Don't freeze
You
it.
got what?
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Glass, it's hard.
She said she's got some hard glass in the freezer.
That's what you do. You put it in the freezer. Look it up on the little website.
Green
No,
door,
it don't make no sound. It's glass. You have to put it in the freezer, and when you're ready to use it, ta-da, there it is.
Oh, I know.
Ta-da.
You know it's, yeah.
I know what we're talking about.
Ice cubes.
No,
No, it's
these are
it's a
pleasure
dildo.
devices.
A glass dildo.
Pleasure device.
These are pleasure devices.
I know, it's fine. I'm just gonna say it. It's a glass dildo.
JJ's like, it's a.
It's a
A see-through glass dildo. You put it in your freezer, and when you're ready to use it, there
What's
it is.
the purpose, though, of it being see-through?
I don't know. They probably have a purple or green. I don't know. I was just given a glass one, like
She
a
was
glass
given-
slipper.
She was given a glass one.
Slipper.
It's in the freezer.
You have to be careful with those. You get frostbite.
I know, right? I ain't used it. It was gave to me as a gift. No.
Was
In
it
our
used?
freezer right now.
No.
Oh God.
But it hasn't been used.
I've seen pictures where people put
It's not been used.
ashes in one of those.
I ain't got no husband, so I ain't gonna worry about it. I'd be putting it in a different hole then.
No, I didn't. That's about Blondie being 80. We're already there, you know. What the heck?
It's just because
Well,
DJ's on
we've
here.
officially gone down the rabbit hole.
Oh, man. It doesn't take long with this bunch. You ever notice that?
I will be
You guys need to come on more often. Especially when you get ready to start this new live auction.
I don't know
I
how
can't
often
wait
that
for
one
that.
will be, because your girl ain't got time like that right now.
Nobody does.
Nobody's got time like that. But occasionally, I can't.
Once a month?
I can't. Yeah, I cannot see it being any more than once a month.
I used to go
Her
to your
whole
live auctions
family
when you were
works.
in town here. They were fun.
Just,
It is pretty fun.
just the things that she
you get
does
to hear me yelling
there.
at Sean
I
a
mean, her
lot.
whole family. She got her mom there. Her mom's working. Shell's working. She's working. Blaze is working.
Now, where do you work?
They're all trying. No, I'm talking about besides their own jobs. They get off of work and they help with
This
the
is their side
auctions.
hustle.
Where do you work?
Me? I have 2 full-time jobs. I work at Progressive Insurance and a trucking company out of Cincinnati.
Progressive Insurance. Here in town somewhere? Or?
It's like work from home.
No, okay. No, you're pretty busy then.
Yeah.
You get to pick your own hours though, since it's work from home or not?
No, I'm scheduled.
Okay. A lot of people do that. Sean Bennett, yeah.
The rabbit hole.
It wasn't me, Sean. It wasn't me. She had Brittany sign for you. Has
She
a
means
sing.
sing.
Oh.
She means sing.
I was gonna say that earlier.
Brittany signed
That-
for you.
She can sing.
What do you like singing, Brittany? Oops, let's
Everything.
do it again.
Oh, I don't think that's it. I don't think that was the one.
Dang.
He's close. You're close.
John's tagging us.
What is it? What songs do you like to sing?
Just all kinds of stuff.
Well, name 2 or 3.
You like the Steel Drivers? Familiar with them?
I've heard of them. They
Like
bluegrass?
We came and
Yep.
watched him here once.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So if you like bluegrass, you like Cody Norris?
See, they were talking to me about Cody Norris.
You've
I
got
didn't know who that
to,
was.
you've got to look up Cody Norris. If you don't know who Cody Norris is,
I'll have to look
Charlie's
it
his
up.
manager.
I am.
Charlie, you have a last
I'm
thought
his promoter.
for this
I
great
do.
show that we did today.
I do have a last thought.
JJ,
You gonna give it to us today, Charlie?
Yeah, no, I had to.
I know. I'm waiting
I had
over
to
here.
find
I'm
it.
like,
Well, no, I'm just going to repeat the one Bill had because I thought that was pretty good. Basketball coach Jerry Sheevy for Wilmington College passed away, and that's what Bill was in here for. That's been several years ago since he's been coached. He had cancer. Very successful, won a national championship, probably the only team national championship Wilmington College ever
Oh,
won.
definitely. Definitely.
And he says, getting to coach young people, watch them grow, and see them succeed in life is what it's always been about. Jerry Sheevy. And as a teacher, it's very true. And in my job, it was unique because I got to see kids usually from the 5th grade through the 12th grade. A lot of teachers, they just have them out 1 year and that's it. But I actually get to see them because I was a band director. So, guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on just for the hour. But check out the auctions. Tuesday nights, trading post and bins, right? So you have to join that, or is
Yes, Sean made it private.
Okay, so you have to join it. All you do,
Just send a request
Yeah.
and we'll approve you.
and then the other one is Pink,
Pink
Group.
Closet.
Pink Closet. Pink Closet. Because there are some other pink things out there.
There are, yes.
There's a lot of pink things out there.
There are a lot of pink things out there. But the Pink Closet is the name of the deal. And that's on Saturday nights, but not this Saturday because of the holiday weekend.
However, I will be posting some stuff for highest bid starting today, and you'll be able to bid on it
When
until
will-
Saturday.
Oh, until Saturday.
Yeah.
So there will be stuff on there to bid on, but there's no like official online.
We won't be doing an
live.
online sale this week.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for coming in.
Sure.
Smile. There you go. It's over. You guys survived. Jerry, I think, is going to have a great day now.
Oh yeah.
Seems like it.
So
The
JJ.
rest of the day lined up.
It seems like it.
I'm heading from here. I gotta go pick up 2 young ladies. They were
See?
going to McDonald's.
Are you coming back here?
Those must be granddaughters.
Oh, I'm like.
Are you coming back here? The Murphy movie starts today, 1 o'clock.
Surf's up.
Surf's up.
They want to go. Oh, yes, but they probably won't.
Surf's up. 1 o'clock. Free movie right here today. It's
Check
Murphy.
it out. Get out of the heat. There's no heat.
There's no heat, but you get out of the rain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there's no rain either.
There's no rain today either.
All right.
Just
See you
come. It's
Friday.
free. Have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Everybody say
Bye.
hello.
Bye. Bye.